Guys, today we're doing a raid Shadow Legends video, and specifically we're going over the epics for the upcoming fusion, which starts tomorrow. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first one we've got to look at is the Hungerer, epic spirit affinity support champ from the Demon Spawn faction. Let's have a look what this guy does. Right, attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a stun debuff for one turn, can be booked up to a 40% chance on anyone. It's okay. I wouldn't go screaming home about it, but it's okay. So his A2 Cannibal Litany places a 30% reflect damage buff on all allies for 2 turns, and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 1 turn. Then heals all allies by 50% of their max HP. That's pretty nice. Be fair. I wouldn't say he's going to be useful in Finite because he only has a one-hit A1, but he definitely brings. So he brings reflect and continuous heal and a heal. So that's pretty good. It's on a 2. What is it on? Doesn't 5 turns down to a 3. So that's pretty good. Pretty good support champ, I would say. Yeah, not bad, not bad. So, Hungry for More revives 2 random allies with 50%, then fills their turn meter by 50%. Now, that is huge. Reason being, there are not many reses in Demon Spawn. There's, off the top of my head, I can only think of one, and that's Duchess, and she isn't easy to get because she's a Lego. So, this guy could help in the faction with a revive. Definitely worth looking at if you're not going for the fusion and you need to do Demon Spawn, because a revive is huge. But there are a lot of damage dealers and defense-based champs in Demon Spawn, so probably if you've got them, you might be alright. But if you need a reviver, definitely worth a look. And then we've got ally defense in faction crypts. That's also good. So you could partner him with like Drekthar. Who else is defense based off the top of my head in there? Can't think off the top of my head. If you've got Drekthar, if you've done the 3v3 and you've managed to get him. Yeah, definitely a good aura. Really good aura. So yeah, decent champ. Right. Okay, so we've got... Next one is Finalisa. Posh name. Obviously an epic. Force, affinity, attack champ from the Knights Revenant. It's about time they had some attack champs in there. Well, except for all the others. Right, so the A1. Weft of Madness. Weft of Madness. Okay. Attacks one enemy. Has a 50% chance of applying a debuff spread effect that takes one random buff from the target and places it on all enemies under Hex debuff? Taking one random debuff from the target and placing it on all enemies under Hex. Does she... Okay, so need a Hex champ for this girl to work. A bit of an odd one. The only one I can think in Knight's Rev you could use is Thea, but she's random. But bit of an odd one. Oh, okay, I'm starting to... Yeah, we'll get to the rest of it. Okay, that'll make sense a little bit now. Okay. Attacks all enemies. Increases the duration of all debuffs on all enemies by 1 turn. Damn. What's that, on a 3 turn? So it's similar to Dark Hail, even though most people haven't quite got him yet. But yeah, definitely the duration of debuffs is good for Clan Boss. Yeah, looks pretty... This champ looks pretty good, to be fair. Alright, what's it called? Shrieking Voices. Yeah, this girl looks pretty good. Alright. Melancholia. Yeah, we're all feeling a bit melancholy after yesterday, but yeah, okay. Attacks all enemies. Places the big decreased defense for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Damn. Yeah, there were not many decreased defenses in Knight's Rev. There isn't. I don't think there's any apart from Tomb Lord, I think. Damn, that's pretty big. So you can, instead of having to go CC on the Valkyries, you could go all out attack with this. You could with this girl because she'll place decreased defense, which means you'll do more damage. Oh no, Valkyrie, damn, yeah. Bit of yeah, would have been good in the faction, but she's wrong affinity for the Valkyrie. Damn. Yeah, okay, but really good, really good. Okay, and her, I'm guessing that's her passive. Feasts of Woe. When attacking enemies under decreased defense debuffs, has a 50% chance of placing a hex debuff on them for 2 turns. Pretty good. So theoretically, you could run her with, say, Lydia, or any decreased defense. I'm just using Lydia as an example. Get Lydia to go first. When she then goes with her A3, she'll place a hex because there's decreased defense on. And then you could end up using, like, Ruel going in after her. Damn. If you could synergize that to work with Ruel, that could be massive. It could be massive. Because he would lay... If you got her to go second or third, Ruel to go last. So your boosters into... Your booster into your Lydia, into her, into Ruel. Damn. That probably makes Hex a lot more usable. But again, you have to have a look at how that works. But if she does that automatically, and Lydia goes second, yeah, pretty good, to be fair. Definitely. If you're not going for the fusion, go for this girl. Especially if you've got Ruel. If you did the fusion for Ruel. Okay, so what's the next one? Scabrius. Sounds kind of crazy. Okay, magic affinity, attack, skinwalker. Oh, she's a rat. Okay, weird looking rat. Don't have many rats in the game apart from Fane, but pretty good. Right, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of placing the big poison for two turns. Okay. So got a knife. So the A2, knowing horde, attacks all enemies. Has a 75% chance of placing a leech. 100% when booked. Yeah, I think this guy is screaming clan boss. Damn, yeah. This guy screams clan boss. So then attacks one enemy, has a vicious spite on A3. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. Nice. Also places an increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns if the weaken debuff is not placed. Not bad though. And then his passive, Verminous. Damage increases by 20% when attacking enemies under poison debuff. Yeah, clan boss. Damn. Like to see the multipliers on this guy. Yeah, the problem is though, I like the look of this guy. Because if you could use him in an unkillable. You could also use him in a traditional, but obviously he's attacked, so he's going to be hard to keep alive. But the more poisons you put on, the more damage he does. Pretty good. Yeah, am I thinking good? Also good for bosses on faction wars. Again, but attack based. Going to be hard to keep alive in that faction because I know I had Fane and it was very, very difficult to keep her alive. But yeah, definitely. How many books? 5, 5, and 4. 14. Ugh, that's a lot of books. 14 books. I don't know. It could be good for clan boss. All right. And the last, I believe this is the last. Yeah, it's the last one. Dimethia. Epic, Void, Support, Dwarfs. Okay. So array 1, Fires of Old, attacks one enemy 2 times, places a shield buff for 2 turns, equal to 10% of this champion's max HP on the ally with the lowest HP. Okay. Not going to be good for the Scarab because it's only one person. But look at the rest of her kit. It looks reasonable. $8. My God. Someone needs a library. $8 for that. What does it do though? 10%, 15, 20, 25, 30% shield. No, 30% of the max HP that would be, wouldn't it? Oh no, 30% extra shield. Not bad. Got usability for faction wars. Putting shield on one person, I prefer on everybody. Again, if you've got Brogni, I can't see that working too well with. If you've already got him, that is. Right, what's the next one? A2, Light of the Deep. Very Lord of the Rings. Increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Then decreases the duration of all ally debuffs by 1 turn. So, kind of like a cleanse. Kind of. Also heals all allies by 2.5 of their max HP. Heals by a further 2.5 of their max HP for each turn added. Or removed from the duration of buffs and debuffs. So she'll get extra heals for the more debuffs she takes off. It's pretty good. So on a 4 turn, it can be booked down to a 3. That's 5. That A1 kills you though. That A1 on books kills you. Can't believe they've gone so stupidly high with that. Oh, damage on a support champ. I don't see damage in this girl, to be fair, because like most of her skills look like duration, buffing and debuffing. So yeah, okay. The A3, Channel the Bloodline, places a block damage buff on all allies for 1 turn, and a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns, and that's on a 3 turn. So it's kind of like a Rorschach's block. Well, it's kind of like block damage, but it adds a heal. Pretty good when you consider the boss on Dwarf 21 ignores defense. So you could run her in there as a support, put that on, and then he'll heal. Because the problem is if you put block damage on and then almost near death when that happens, because he does hit pretty hard, the continuous heal is going to bring some health back. So yeah, definitely good for 21. I see synergy in her kit, but the debuffing, the buffing, and removing the debuffs off you, that's pretty good. So basically a cleanser of sorts with a block damage. Definitely usable for 21. Dwarf 21, yeah. Again, if you're not going for the main fusion, if you're not going for him, looking at these champs, I would go with this girl. She looks kind of crazy. A part of me wants not to go for it and go for her, because Hex is going to come into the game eventually. I know there's not many champs at the moment, but I get the feeling partner her with Ruel. You're going to have to run a Lydia, though. A Lydia or Lydia, Venus, War Maiden. Anyone that does decreased defense. Ugo could be a good shout to run with. But I like the look of this. So, yeah. I would say if you're not going for the fusion, Finalisa should be the one I would be going for. Might actually go for her and avoid the fusion, because this girl looks pretty good. So, yeah, that's my 10 pence worth, guys. Again, yeah, leave a like and comment if you can, please, guys, because I'm trying to get as many videos as I can out there for you guys to watch and pick up on what's going on in Raid. But yeah, if you're not going for Sigmund the High Shield, I think Finalisa is it. Definitely. I've wanted to mess around with Hex for a while. The problem is I've only got one Hex champ really, which is Ruel. I haven't built him out. But if I might get this girl and try it. Yeah, there's options, definitely. So yeah, guys, leave a like, leave a comment. really does help me out. I know a lot of you guys don't, but just honestly, it doesn't cost you anything. Just it helps me get noticed by the algorithm. So it means when I push out my videos, because I've pushed out 4 this week, it gets me noticed by the algorithm and puts it out to more people. So please, just drop a like, drop a follow, and subscribe, please. It really does help me out and gets me to the goal that I need. I will link my Discord and my Twitch in the comment section. So I hope you all having a lovely day, and Big Dave out.